Okay, tubers, so here's what I got so far. Not much. I already showed you that I cleaned it. Now I went out to the garage, I got my oil, I got a screwdriver, I got my sockets and stuff. Piston's still there. I did clean up most of the metal shavings out of it now. Now, this is the crap you gotta get out of there. It's little metal shavings. They will ruin your engine if you don't clean them out. Anywho, now that that's muted. Yeah. I gotta run out to the garage again and get my gasket scraper to clean up the gasket material that I put on here. I'm just gonna keep using goop on it. I'm not gonna dink around with cutting a new gasket for around here, because this goop stuff lasts pretty long time, I think. In this application here, it's not high heat really, so I'll just use goop along the edge there. But all that I got put in here was the governor gear in the throttle screw there. Just gotta clean up everything else and start putting it back in. Oh, well, that's interesting to find that. The bearing race is loose. I'll have to look at that, because that's not very good. Yep, I'll figure that out and turn the camera back on then. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Here I'm going to make a little section. Maybe not a section. I think I'll upload this as its own video. Valve lapping. Let's see, where'd I throw that tube of... Okay. Here's my tube of valve lapping compound. Metal grinding compound, as it's called. It's a fine grade. I prefer the fine grade for this. There's some pitting on the exhaust, so I'm just going to clean it up a little. Nothing too spectacular, but I'm going to try and get a tripod in here so you can see this while I do it. I don't have one of those fancy suction cup thingies, so I have to do it with my fingers, but it works. And I have a little stalker coming in here right now. Hey, Chloe. Meow. Meow. Anyway, on to business. Well, tubers, I don't know what the deal is with my camera acting up and the lighting in here. I just can't get it to improve, really. It just won't get better. So what I'm going to show you here is lapping the valves. I'm just going to do the intake right now, as my camera's giving me a whole bunch of trouble. But the intake valve is good. It's really good. And then you got the valve seat here, which is good, but might as well just clean it up. So I'm going to take some of my valve grinding compound, and I'll take a little bit of it, and I'll get some of it on my fingers. Just a little bit, just that much. And we'll kind of, you don't got to be too liberal with this stuff. Just spread it out nice. We'll take a little more. You don't got to use a lot. We'll spread it out on the valve. We'll take it and we'll do that. I don't have one of those fancy suction cup things, so this is what I got. Just use my fingers. We'll just run it like that, around in circles. Just run it back and forth a little bit. Okay, so now we got that. Reach over here, grab ourselves some paper towels. I'll go down here and I'll lift up the valve. pull that up. Clean up all that compound off of them. Because, you know, you want it to seal good when you go to fire it up. You just got to clean it up real good. Take the other side of your paper towel. Yeah, stick it in there and you'll wipe it around. Yep. No. Really, you're supposed to do this longer than that, but for the sake of the video, and because I know this valve seat and valve are good, I didn't take that long. Now the exhaust valve here, it's got some pitting on it. It's good yet, but it's got a little bit of pitting, so I'll put a little more intensive care onto it. Not too worried though, so I'm not going to go to town. Especially on the intake valve there. Well, here, let me check what I'm doing for time so far. We're at 3 minutes. So. Exhaust valve, same deal. When I took everything apart, I put it back together just in an unassembled form. Yeah, this one could use some cleaning. So we'll take our valve grinding compound. We'll squeeze some more out. We'll rub it around. Take some more. Now I didn't clean up the valve, so it looks a little dirty. But yeah, just wipe it on there, give it a little layer of it. See, where's that dirty towel that I was using so I can wipe my finger off? We'll take it there and we'll find a little hole that it goes into the valve guide, drop it in there, and then just kind of rub it around. And we'll just, yeah. Now it should all seal up nice and good for me. And if you're using this video as a guide, it should help your engine too. If you have a miss in your engine, this could be the cause. That you need to check your valves. It could be a warped valve, it could be a valve that's got a lot of carbon buildup around it. There. Stuff like that. So reseating the valves shouldn't be your first choice if you have like a mess or something, but it's definitely an option. Because, you know, doing this you have to be able to pull the valves out and everything else. You have to have the head off, you have to have the valve cover off. It's just a bit of work. So try tuning your carb first, depending on what kind of carb you have. If you have a tunable carb, check your carb first. If you have one of those emissions carbs that aren't tunable, check your carb still. Make sure that it's where it should be, setting wise. Check your spark plug for being worn out. Maybe even just replacing it would be a good idea. Make sure you clean the carb, stuff like that. Check your timing. This simple stuff before you come to this. But that there is just an overall short guide to lapping valves. And we're done. All done. Nice cleaned up, lapped, and everything. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.